delete C:, program files 46 Wshk5, right? Correct? If I were to type cap info, right? That's one of the tools that I told you. And I want to reference one of my files, one of my packets. Let's see where we have some of our packets over here. We might have one under FTP, I'm not sure. No, I don't have anything on FTP. Okay, I think we have one here then. Okay, I'm going to copy just these packet just temporarily for our use here. I'm going to copy the same thing that we're working on here so we can compare and contrast. I'll dump it over here on FTP just because it's easier for me to access it. Minimize this. Go up here. C:/FTP, right? And I type perimeter. Press enter. And you see now, one of the uses of this cap info is it tells me the file type. So library pickup, the file length calculation is Ethernet, the file header is 1500 bytes, which is typical for Ethernet. Infer is date. The number of packets is 197,147, right? Tells us the file size, the date, you know, the date was captured, and it tells us the duration. Everything lasted for 1,325 seconds. You can divide that by 60 to give you minutes, right? You can divide that by 60 to give you seconds, right? So we're looking at something about less than 3 hours here, correct? Or roughly 3 hours, right? Correct?
Yep.
So, this is the hash value for that file. So this one tells you just a rough estimate, right, of what you get. You can install these in Windows by just double-clicking Wshk5.exe. In Linux, you know, it's compiled, right? And it's very easy to install too as well. So it's not so much that we have to kind of bug ourselves with, right? And I will probably walk you guys through how to use Wshk5 itself. Because Wshk5, as most people might not know, is actually very, very interesting as well. Okay? All you have to do, type Wshk5 over here. And for the most part, you know, you define your field, -T, capital T. And then I can just use -E, reference where the location of the file is. You know, if the file is under this one FTP, type it over here. I'm going to use a T field. And then reference where my perimeter file is located. And then I can just continue to specify what it is that I want to see. We're going to use this one much later in the class today. Before we go deep into this one, let's look at the easy one. I've told you this area shows you the packet list. Okay? This one tells you the packet details. It tells you the frame, the internet, and the transport protocol. Alright? And this one shows you the packet bytes, both in hexadecimal and also in ASCII. That's very important for us. It's all crucial. Question so far. Your ability to use Wshk5 is heavily contingent on your ability to understand the protocol that Wshk5 is conveying within it. If you don't understand that, then that's going to be really difficult for us to do much. You know, you will not be able to take advantage of what you're seeing in Wshk5. We're also going to show how to use Wshk5, you know, to reassemble packets. After all, that's what interests most people. Okay? If I were to go over here, you see some of this stuff shows your capture option. See? I can use Wshk5 to capture packets. This is my logo. If I want to, you know, do something remote, capture a remote packet, can do that for it as well. In order to do this, I'm going to need to have external antenna. Your antenna can be very, very small, or it can be very, very large. This is the Ethernet, and I can specify what kind of file I want to capture here. Will tell me what protocol it is that I need. If I were to type, if you don't know what to type, you can drop this box down and type HTTP, for example. Right? I can press enter, and that's the file that's going to capture. Very similar to what you have over here. Any question right now? So let's go over to edit over here on your machine. If you can do this with me, that'll be really good. Go to edit, go to find packet. If I'm searching for a word, like money, for example, I can type this, and then it's going to search for it. You're going to say there's no money here, right? This, if I'm looking for password, I can just type password here, right? And if you find anything called password, you see that? You understand? Any question? All right. So you could see that and say, okay, again, that allows us to search for word. If I'm looking for just something that's an X value, like a file header, right? FFG8. You understand? I could press enter. Worst case scenario is going to say, well, I couldn't find it. It's going to say, well, I did find it. You understand? If all I'm looking for is just, you know, display a filter, then you could do that as well too. If you want to make it second sensitive, you could do that. If I want to look for the string, in, you know, this packet bytes now, this is where it's searching, right? If I want to search for it over here, then I'm going to specify packet list. Packet list is here. You understand? If I say packet details is here. You understand that? Mm-hmm. Question, ladies and gentlemen.